of the 3-round Tri-City Series brought to us by ODH Mechanical. And we can't forget the wonderful people from Collie Ridge Resort. They're down there in turn number 2, or actually turn 3 when we go clockwise like this. And if you are new to Speedway and you think, why are some cars going around the track one way, why are some going around the other way? Street Stock's the only class of Speedway in West Australian Speedway that can go either clockwise or anti-clockwise around the racetrack. And how they decide, they flip a coin at the pit gate. The pit marshal tells them either go left or right when they come out on the track. Cars have got to be able to be raced both ways. That's a untidy start. None of the drivers were ready for a start at all. The green lights come on, completely unaware to any of them at the front of the field. And as you'd expect, a very messy start. And we're under a solid yellow light, so the driver's not ready. The previous heat got to roll around for a lap and come past the start-finish line, and then those guys came straight out of the gate and it was green. Anyway, gives me an opportunity to go through the starters here in heat number 3 of the Street Stocks. The 6 of Hayden Norman on the 9 of Kane Della, your front row. Jake Hoth and Ryan Penfold, row 2 and cast 29 and 12 respectively. The 100 out of Esperance is Linton Dickerson, and the 44 of Peter Herbert. 24 Kane Munro, the 3 on the roof, 11 on the door is Stephen Kendall, 18 Daniel Simpson, and the 69 is Linda Yates. Your 10 cars out on track. This is heat number 3 of the Street Stocks. Ready to go round here in Collie on this Friday night. 8 laps ahead of them. Can we go through a whole round of heat racing for the Street Stocks without a stoppage? We're about to find out. As the KCLD claiming number 9 of Kane Della got a great start on the outside of the front row. Spun around a little bit wide down there in Palmer's corner. And has opened the door for the former WA champion in Jake Hoth to move up into second and cut him at 29 all the way from Derby. Bit of a touch for Della, and smoke bellowing from the engine room of car number 9. They all take evasive action coming in the front straight. Ryan Penfold gathers up the 12. Peter Herbert and also Lyndon Dickerson now find themselves behind the smoke screen that is the 9 car of Kane Della as the Street Stocks hustle down the back straight in the Cardinals corner. But Hayden Norman, unbeknownst to him, he's out in front of all the drama going on behind him as the 9 car has now failed on Kane Della here in the front straight. He limps to the infield, so bad way to start the weekend for the driver of car number 9, the Holden Commodore from Kalgoorlie Boulder. But it's Hayden Norman leading the way, and he's going to feel the challenge very shortly for the 29 of Jake Hoth. And I think there might be an issue with the 6 car. Is there a flat left rear tyre? Seems okay at the moment. But the 29 of Jake Hoth had a big lunge into Palmer's corner trying to open the door. These pair of former state champions in this class battle 1-2 at the moment. Peter Herbert has made great progress. He's up in third in 44 in the Forest Windscreens Commodore from Linton Dickerson. Ryan Penfold rounding out your top 5. Further back is Stephen Kendall, Daniel Simpson, Kate Munro and Linda Yates, the way they run out on track. But there'll be just 3 laps remaining next time around as Kane Della has definitely taken the count of the infield in this one. So 3 to run, so that's a big talking point from this early round of heat racing in this coal miner for 2024-2025. Ryan Penfold has spun off the end of the main straight for battling with Peter Herbert and Linton Dickerson for 3rd, 4th and 5th place. A 12 Falcon has come to grief down there in the entrance to Palmer's corner. So I'll put the commentator's curse on it. I was hoping for no stoppages in this opening round of heats for the Street Stocks, but it has occurred here in heat number 3, event 11. Coming up next will be heats 2 for our New Star and Top Star Junior sedans. But 3-lap restart called. Ryan Penfold has been sent to the rear of the field in car number 12 for being the primary cause of the stoppage. So 9 cars remain. Perfect even field of 30 Street Stocks here in Collie this weekend for the coal miner event. We must thank the Collie Ridge Resort, our major sponsor this weekend, amongst a heap of sponsors that have come on board. We'll talk about them plenty over the course of the next 2 nights. Back underway with the Street Stocks, and Hayden Norman gets us back underway with 3 laps remaining. You're in heat number 3 of the coal miner event. Holding off Jake Hoth, Peter Herbert, your top 3. Linton Dickerson and Steve Kendall, your top 5. as they race their way out of turn number 4 into the front straight. Jake Hoth in the number 29 Commodore all the way from Derby to be here this weekend, throwing everything at Hayden Norman. They exit turn number 2 and the Commodore ranges up alongside of Norman. So they head past the KJB fabrication sign into turn number 3 in the reverse direction. Hoth on the inside. Norman trying to fight back, but Jake Hoth takes the lead inside of the white flag. 1 to run of the Makesburg History Collie Speedway. Jake Hoth now leads. Hayden Norman trying to fight back. They exit turn number 2. Can the TLC Contracting Falcon find a way past? They head into turns 3 and 4 for the final time. Here in heat number 3. Hoth got off the curb ever so slightly. Norman tries to fight a way past, but it's going to be Jake Hoth who will score maximum points. Here in heat 3 from Norman, Peter Herbert, a nice drive for third. Further back was Linton Nickerson, Stephen Kendall, Daniel Simpson in 18, Ryan Penfold in the 12, and then further back to 24 out of Geraldton is Cade Munro. For Able Contracting and Linda Yates will be your 9 cars to complete the 8 laps. Kane Della out on lap number 2 in car number 9. So Jake Hoth taking the lead there on lap number 7 from Hayden Norman and gets the victory by 0.367 of a second. And the man who won the Brian Rose Memorial, which was the opening round of the ODH Mechanical Tri-City Series, brings great form to Collie. He's going to be tough to beat this weekend.
Hoth Refrigeration and Air Conditioning, Jake Hoth, former WA champion, just gets the helmet off now. Ex-Anthony Bear own VF Commodore. Hothy, mate, you've got this real good name of just stealing a little win here and there in the last couple of laps, mate. Got to be happy with that.
Yeah, got to be happy with that. It's probably the best way to start a weekend. Yeah, see what happens.
You came back here a few weeks ago for the Southwest Champs weekend. We'll say it wouldn't end the way you would have liked it, mate, but obviously got a lot of people to thank as well to get yourself back down here.
Yeah, I have got a lot of people to thank. Firstly, my wife and kids at home, they couldn't make it this meet. And also Paul Joss, he done a lot of work on this car. I wouldn't be here today if he didn't put in the time and effort and make it good.
Now, well done, mate. Your heat number 3 winner, Jakey Hoth, all the way from Derby, as we'll go junior racing. But as I said, back upstairs with a smallie.